In today's video, we're starting the Between Dimensions DLC. Last episode, we finally figured out what was behind the fifth door and finished the main story. The revelations from what we discovered were groundbreaking and life-altering for the world of Moonlighter. Now we're starting right where we left off. But things have been changing over the past 3 months. Let's dive in and see if we can discover what's going on with that new mysterious portal. Are you? Hi, Will. Have you seen it? What? You just woke up. How could you be sleeping? Didn't you notice last night's earthquake? Cough, cough. Oh, sorry. I didn't want to interrupt you. You seem to be from the ICT. Guess you must have come due to the portal. I will let you two talk. See you at the dungeon doors, Will. Are you one Will of Moonlighter? Good. You look smaller than I imagined, but you come highly recommended. The Watchers have a request of you. In front of what your town called the fifth door, a portal has appeared. It may have had something to do with you destroying that pirate's machine. The cause doesn't really matter. What does matter, though, is there is a portal leading to a place between dimensions. Come with me and see it by yourself. What a weird way to say that. It leads to a space between dimensions, which is confusing, but more important, it is dangerous. Creatures from multiple dimensions could potentially flood out of it, which would be disadvantageous to you and we the Watchers. After your harrowing victory over the pirates, the Watchers ask you to investigate what is inside this portal. Shut it down from inside. Of course, we will waive any penalties for artifact extraction. You may consider it payment for this perilous task. Additionally, we are sending a representative to begin ICT negotiations. He is a rather abrupt fellow. He should fit in around here. Before the ICT can be finalized, though, this portal must be removed. So, go get him, Tiger. Give it all you got, champ. All that stuff. Out. Shut down the portal and we bring Ryanoke into the ICT. Good luck, Will of Moonlighter. We sincerely hope you do not perish. So, they requested you to help them, right? I guess it was unavoidable. You will be finding lots of new items once again. This will bring even more fame to Ryanoke. If you bring new artifacts to Ryanoke, I'm sure new shops will appear. And even a new upgrade to your shop could be possible. New adventures, isn't it? I know I can trust you, but make sure to get new equipment and potions. I'm sure you will need them. See you in town, Will. Could you help this old bones of mine walk to Ryanoke, Tomo? Sure. See you later, Will. Well, I guess it's time we dive in. Oh, we're in the Wanderer dungeon. So I'm only going to show the interesting floors. There's a lot of grinding in this DLC due to the rarity of the crafting materials. I'll show key moments, and I'll show each boss fight at least once. And I'll make sure you see every enemy at least one time too. I'm also going to read the lore notes that we find, but only as we're fighting bosses. These plants can now steal your items. If they steal more than one, the first one that they stole will be destroyed. So as you progress, you're going to find these rooms. They have permanent two-way portals in the middle of them. On the top left, you'll see a forge. At first, I don't understand how to use this. Essentially, after beating a boss, you have a chance of finding a blueprint, and rarely you'll find them as random loot. But these blueprints you can bring back to the blacksmith, and you can pay him some of the dungeon-specific currency, which he will need just to study it, but you can also pay him that to actually acquire that dungeon weapon. On the bottom right, you can buy potions. It'll cost you both gold and dungeon-specific currency, and there's a limit of only 5. And the most important one on the top right, you can trade 2 cursed items, some gold, and some in-dungeon currency, and unlock a two-way portal that'll bring you back to this spot. The thing it took me a bit to realize is you actually need 2 different items. It doesn't matter if the curses are the same, just the items. And then after this room, there's always a mini boss fight. Alright, we faced the giant slime before. We are in the Wanderer dungeons after all. It seems to have a whole bunch more health than normal though. Okay, now I'm going to read to you the equivalent of Crazy Pete's lore books. Be aware that there's one on every floor, and they don't rotate like they do in the normal dungeons. So if you want to read them all yourself while you're playing, you're going to have to go and find them on each floor. I learned this the hard way. Scavenging log 1. Something has gone wrong. I am at the meeting point, but no one is here to anchor me out of this place. According to the protocol, I will wait. Someone will come for me. That one was floor 1, now on to floor 2's note, and yes, the log's numbers do jump around. Scavenging log 10. I gave them everything, gave them my life, all these years working on this machine to reap the spoils of others. And they just abandoned me? I am left to my own fate, alone? Something that you'll notice about the slime mini-boss is that it drops a whole bunch of the in-dungeon currency. The reward I got for beating the slime was actually a vampiric ring, which allows me to heal a percentage of my health whenever I damage another enemy. Too bad it disappears when I leave the dungeon. Now onto the next section. I'm actually just going to skip ahead and go straight to floor 4, back into the in-dungeon storeroom, and show off the boss fight as well. That way you can see the progression that happened. As you can see, I went ahead and opened the two-way portal so I can come back to floor 4 easily. And this is where I ended up discovering that you can't use 2 of the same items, that you have to use 2 different ones. Just like before, we've seen this boss, and once again it's got way more health than normal. Now I'm going to read to you the scavenging logs from floors 3 and 4. Scavenging log 13. Circumstances are looking dire. Not good at all. I cannot wait on this position any longer. Today I find my way back. Our original bodies were made for swimming through the dimensional fluid after all. Scavenging log 30. These days have been my hardest. Rations are sparse. The ship is gone. No gathering points open. No clues of the whereabouts of my comrades. I am lost between dimensions. I'm guessing this is one of the pirates. I kind of feel bad for him. It seems they forgot about him whenever they locked the doors. Honestly, when fighting this mini-boss, it can actually be advantageous to get hit. If you've got stacks of potions in your inventory, and he hits you with the hammer, there's a chance that they'll fly out, and they can re-stack into your potion slot. So if you're carrying a whole bunch of the same potion, it'll allow you to restock your potions, even though you can't access your inventory. Now at this point I was starting to feel the grind. I was wanting to explore the town more and see if I could afford any upgrades yet, because everything took forever to slay. Everything did a bunch of damage and I did too little, so I really needed some upgrades. Also, when I beat the dual weapon skeleton, I got my first blueprint, so I decided to go see what that was about. And as you can see with the blueprints, you take them to the forge and you spend some of that in dungeon currency. And now what happens is you'll have access to purchase the use of that weapon in the future, but only inside this dungeon. Also, something to keep in mind is that the dungeon currency and the blueprints will disappear, just like the special weapons you get from the Wanderer dungeon and the normal dungeons. And here's the dungeon summary. Alright, back to town. You know, I didn't even notice all these things had changed earlier. Let's go see what the builder has to say. Hi, Will. That new portal has brought a lot of new visitors. Will you be interested in a new shop improvement? This one will allow customers to offer artifact trades, but it will also add new decorations, and even a strange gadget that helps cleaning your shop. What do you say? $500,000? Absolutely. Wasn't even a question. You will love it for sure. And there it is. The best shop you can have in Roanoke. Still not changing outside, you think? Dimensional technology has helped us change it inside but not outside. It's all about keeping the old Roanoke style for the tourists. It looks nice, at least there's no more shelves right next to the door. Alright, let's go explore the rest of the town and see what the locals have to say. Hey Will, this town sure is different now. In a good way, there's a new energy around here. Will, I have missed you. With this new dungeon, we have not sparred in a while. I was worried after you discovered the pirates. They said the dungeons were to be shut down. But you and Father are as busy as ever. Hey, be careful in this new dungeon, Will, please? Just promise me we'll train together again. Promise me I will have more time with you. Will, the saver of Roanoke, I hear you are still going into the dungeons. How are the artifacts from this new dungeon? Some of these new visitors have artifacts you couldn't find in a dungeon. Perhaps you should try haggling with some of our new citizens. It's a new concept. Instead of trading gold for an item, you trade items for items. We live in a crazy new world, Will. Has anyone noticed the absence of that large slime monster? I think we called it the Wanderer. I've heard nothing about it since you defeated those pirates. Actually, that's kind of interesting. Will, what are you doing standing around? This new dungeon has secrets that must be discovered. First, it appears to be made of dimensional fluid. Second, it's a weird mix of random monsters from various dimensions, all wanting to kill you. Oh geez, be careful in there, babe. I mean, Will, be careful in there, Will. And be sure to bring me something interesting. I told you guys they were probably going to be love interest at some point. Will, my boy, how are you faring in this new dungeon? It appeared overnight. Reminds me of how the first dungeons appeared. Those dimensional watchers seemed awfully worried about it. The watchers came straight to you when the portal appeared. Who better to venture into this dungeon than the hero merchant of Roanoke? If anyone can find whatever lies at the bottom of this dungeon, it is you, my boy. I went and opened up the shop and sold what we didn't need to keep for crafting. Closed up and made 940,000 gold. Now let's go explore the town at night. I'm delighted to see you again, Mr. Will. Have you reconsidered my offer? Yes, I have. Fantastic. You won't be disappointed, I promise. Our representative will open a little stand in Rhino. Make sure to pay him a visit. He wanted $300,000 to open a store. I hear the Watchers have never seen a portal such as this one. Ironically, I completely missed that shop there. Dear Rat Scholar, this town still uses dead organic material for housing. Oi, what do you want, Top Fur? Who am I? Just a disgruntled sharp claw wondering why he is here. The Watchers shipped me to this backwater town to rep the ICT. The Interdimensional Commerce Treaty, if you were unawares. It is the process of allowing interdimensional trade and travel. We can't open the dimensional lanes till the portal is closed, though. So for now, I am here to begin the Haggle Initiative. To receive new artifacts, you must offer artifacts of equal value. I will then decide if the trade is of worth. So please stop wasting my time, put something up, or leave me be. So this is the only way that you can get ICT materials. You'll need them for some of the most advanced crafting recipes. The only other way to get ICT crafting materials is by trading in your store, but that's random. You'll notice that most of the crafting materials that are used for trading are actually from the new dungeon, but occasionally there'll be higher amounts requested of older materials from older dungeons. But this is where we're going to leave the episode. We made it to floor 4 of the new dungeon, upgraded our shop, unlocked the new store, and started gathering crafting materials for the new weapons and armor. Like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe so you don't miss episode 15. And remember, every respawn is an epic quest.